Internet, there is a thing about this movie. Matter of fact, there was a lot of movies in the 90s that had something. You know it. You love it. It's a modern meme that also refuses to die. Ladies and gentlemen, this movie, Major Pain, just so many others. Like anytime, like a badass character or like a character who's just like against the grain and all that enters. It's just like, hey. Whereas now, it's anytime you see a skeleton on screen, it's just like, oh, Skelly! Bad to the bone. Yeah, George Thorogood, which that's the hilarious thing about George Thorogood is that he did a lot of blues standards. You know, Who Do You Love, which is originally by Bo Diddley. He also did One Bourbon. I think, but Bad to the Bone is actually one that he wrote himself, and one thing he's never going to be short on is anytime that riff plays, everyone's like, hey, I know that, and then George Thorogood's just going to be like, all right, I know what I need to do, I know what I must do.
So many royalties.
Oh my god, so damn many. And not only that, but the blues explosion that happened in the 80s, you know, because of, you know, the revitalization of the blues in the 80s, you know, you had him, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jeff Healey, you had a bunch of new, even like into the 90s with someone like Kenny Wayne Shepherd, all of them on the come up and everything. And then, and for me, I look at that and I look at, as much as I love George Thorogood, I still prefer Stevie Ray Vaughan. Just my humble opinion. I just think overall Stevie was a better player. Although George Thorogood does probably have like the more like mainstay in the lexicon or in the modern lexicon because of Bad to the Bone. Not a lot of people know about Stevie Ray Vaughan. Like I tell my nieces and nephews about it because when they hear the Bad to the Bone and they're just like, hey, I'm like, hey, you know where that's from, right? And then they started asking me all these questions about like blues music and all that, and I'm just like, yeah, well, I mean, blues, like a lot of blues music back in the day was by a lot of predominantly black artists, and then in the 80s, you know, it was predominantly like white artists like paying tribute and all that. And the one that everyone says was the best out of that was Stevie Ray Vaughan, and they're all like, who?
How do you not know Stevie Ray Vaughan?
I don't know. Kids.
I say that, but people also don't know Steve Vai. So
yeah. Oh, dude, and then there's Jeff Beck, and so many people don't know about Jeff Beck. Jeff Beck, I think it was, who was it that said, he said one of the most impressive things he ever saw was Jeff Beck held up a guitar by the neck and played like arpeggios as it was falling down and caught it at the top of the neck, and he was like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And who does that?
Jeff Beck.
Exactly. And then Stevie Ray Vaughan, same thing with him. Like he would break, he broke a string in the middle of playing, and he did and him and his like guitar tech Rene Martinez switched it out so fast that they actually like were able to keep the song going, and just so awesome.
Oh man!
If y'all need to like crash course on Stevie Ray Vaughan, go for it. You will not be disappointed.
I agree.
But enough about Stevie Ray Vaughan. We got us a problem child to address. So we talked about this earlier. Damn it. So we talked about this earlier. Michael Oliver, who plays Junior in these movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, Cam, thank you for the recommendation here. This is actually a request solely from Cam. He requested this a while ago, and I thought that we did it, but apparently it slipped through the cracks. But glad he reminded me about it. So yeah, Cam, this one's for you. And Problem Child, review by the Nostalgia Critic. I think Doug will find the mean-spirited, because Doug's really into like mean-spirited stuff and like comedy to do with that. I just think that there's going to be a lot in this that he's going to like, but there's also going to be stuff in this he's just going to be like, why? I think it's how a lot of people felt. But anywho, we got this queued up here. This is the Nostalgia Critic Problem Child review. Let's get into it. Here we go.
This episode brought to you by Full Sail University.
Hey.
Immerse yourself in the world of filmmaking from every angle.
Jacob went to Full Sail.
I know.
Yeah. Got that big ass camera upstairs.
God, dude.
That's a Full Sail. Oh yeah, these intros. Every time like he changes up the intro, he shortened it now. Oh yeah, well, yeah. Tamara isn't part of Candelosity, and that sucks. But oh well.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to.
Hi, Doug.
The 90s was certainly the era of bratty kids, wasn't it? Long gone were the days of kids getting into trouble by accident. 90s brats got into trouble on purpose. And were out to break whatever and whoever they wanted. Bringing in a new
Why
decade
would you?
of
Okay,
rebellious delinquents.
why the hell would you show Bebe's kids? It's like I ain't going near them kids. Them Bebe's kids. Like, well, where the fuck is Bebe?
And at the beginning of this shift was the unbelievably immature, ridiculous, stupid as hell movie written by the guys who wrote Ed Wood, People vs. Larry Flint, and Dolomite Is My Name. Mm-hmm. Wow, that sent that score up.
I actually like Ed Wood.
Released in 19...
Well, it's a portrayal of someone who loves the art of filmmaking so much, yet is terrible at it.
Yep.
And you gotta respect the desire that he has to be a filmmaker, but you just gotta be reviled by the shit that he puts out.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
I
not
agree.
good.
It's horrible.
It's not good at all. Anyway.
90 Problem Child did not receive much love from critics when it came out. This isn't surprising as,
Jesus.
well, it's a really stupid movie. It's incredibly mean and violent, which would be fine if it wasn't so incredibly dumb and idiotic. But much to my everlasting shame, I kinda love it for that.
I knew it! I knew he would love it. Also, like we talked about earlier, Amy Yasbeck, who later married John Ritter.
Everything said
She was
about
in
this
both
movie
films,
is true.
the
It
first two
is
films.
hopelessly moronic and childish. But it's a movie about a snot-nosed little brat that feels like it was written by a snot-nosed little brat. Being a snot-nosed little brat myself in the 90s, I felt like this movie gave me all the crude, cartoony, mean-spirited fantasies that a lot of children like me had at that age. This might be why the film was such a hit, resulting in a sequel as well as a cartoon series soon after.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about
Is
that.
it actually good? How do I put this? I don't think the film cares.
No,
it's
it
not
doesn't.
setting out to impress.
Also, not only that, it also received a third film featuring neither John Ritter or Michael Oliver, and parts of that film are actually pretty good too. I mean, some of the subplots and all that are a little off, but I thought it was okay when I watched it. Anyway, sorry. Also, I wonder if Doug's gonna review Problem Child 2.
As delight and show off.
That one's also
it's setting
pretty
out to
pretty
mock,
nutty.
laugh, and get in trouble, which in some respects it did get in. People walked out at test screenings. It still sits at 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. People even protested the
They did the same thing for Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt got shit reviews. But I love Joe Dirt.
You know what that movie did?
What's that?
It kept on keeping on.
Exactly, bro. That's the point.
I should say kept on keeping on.
Just don't watch the sequel. Don't watch Joe Dirt 2. It ruins everything.
Yes.
It literally ruins everything. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway.
poster for animal abuse. It lives in a sadistic adolescent world, and honestly, I think it's aware of that. But 30 years later, does that equal out to any value for adults? Let's look at this masterpiece of idiocy to find out. This is Problem Child. We open with our main character, Junior, played by Michael Oliver, being left at a doorstep by his mother, presumably with a note that says feed him lots of milk. Or maybe not. Well, that calls for immediate abandonment. The credits roll as Junior is passed from house to house, each one falling victim to his chaos. That needs a recall. I love that they drop him off via basket, despite him being too big as he gets older. It's even the same basket, like each house held onto it just in case they wanted to ditch him. It's that kind of mean-spirited movie.
Oh, so you want to play rough, huh?
I like a comedy where half the footage can be deleted scenes from The Good Son. Meanwhile, two parents named Ben and Flo, played by Jason Ritter and Amy Yasbeck, go to a fertility clinic where they get some bad news told in the worst way.
The test came back positive.
That's good.
No, positive is bad.
No, positive is good. Negative is bad.
No, negative is good. You see, you are positively infertile.
This is the childish bad taste you're in for. If you're not laughing by now, you're gonna hate the hell out of this. He continues to explain the problem using a model.
This is your uterus. Yellow thing is your ovaries. And this, you know what? It doesn't matter because you don't even have a yellow thing. And your green thing is brown.
I'm sorry! By the gods that curse me for having me like films like Ace Ventura, Happy Gilmore, and Maximum Overdrive, this really makes me laugh.
Sometimes just the little mean-spiritedness is good. Dude, one of Doug's favorite episodes of The Simpsons is an episode where this guy who worked he was abandoned when he was a kid, worked his entire life to get, like, where he was, and he keeps getting shit on even though he does nothing wrong, and he sees how Homer's living, who literally has a house, a big house, 2 vehicles, a beautiful wife, like 3 loving children, and is having lobsters for dinner, and he's just like Frank Grimes is his name, and Frank Grimes keeps getting shit on, and he keeps trying to show people that Homer's actually an idiot, and he doesn't know why people keep giving him like all the stuff in the world, and he's just like, he has a mental breakdown. He's like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm Homer Simpson. I'm just gonna eat as much food as I want and not have any repercussions for my health or anything. Like, I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna grab these electrical wires because I'm Homer. Cut to the graveyard, and it just Father Lovejoy's just like, Frank Grimes was a man. and Homer's asleep when Lovejoy's trying to give his speech, and then and all of a sudden, in the midst of Father Lovejoy's day, he's like, Frank Grimes was a man who and then Homer's like, near later much, and all of a sudden everyone starts laughing, and it's like, that's our Homer. And then Frank's casket gets lowered into the ground.
Oh, no.
It was so dark.
Forever second place, man.
Forever never place, as if he never existed. Jesus. Oh. I didn't know they made an autobiography about me.
Oh.
That purple thing is your cervix.
Meanwhile, we see Junior is dropped off at an orphanage where he takes pictures of the nuns naked, still riding that 80s PG into the 90s. And he gets some laughs from the kids showing how nasty the food is.
Ow! Hey, lady, hands off the merchandise! You're gonna hear out of that thing!
Okay, so Junior's performance in this is
loud,
perfectly obnoxious.
Yeah.
He makes big faces, smiles at his own jokes, always shouts his punchlines, much like a real mean kid who thinks he's hilarious would.
I want these pots so shiny I can see my face in them. This one kind of looks like you.
Again, if you give in to the idea that this is a film about a bratty, attention-hungry delinquent written in the style a bratty, attention-hungry delinquent would write in, he works well. If you're not down for that, you might see him as an evil Ronald McDonald puppet you want to smack. But either way, he's giving his all. Yeah. There's so many films where the child actors are wooden or not focused or are just saying things in a way that sounds cute. This kid knows he's a little shit in this movie and acts accordingly, matching the rest of the film's immature tone perfectly. He even looks up to mass murderers. Yeah, that's the side plot. He turns on the TV to find a psychopath named the Bowtie Killer, played by Michael Richards, is recaptured and put back in jail.
I'm not a bad guy. I'm just misunderstood. Nobody cares about me but me.
Oh, tweet.
Oh, Michael Richards. Poor Kramer.
I know.
I mean, look. Everyone looks at that point right there. You see, everyone looks at like the watershed moments of like the N-word being used in more comedic terms as like when Chappelle's Show was on the air. Like 2002 to 2003 was when it was like at its peak. Then this happened. And then when this happened, it was just like, and you're not allowed to say it anymore. You're not allowed to even gesture towards it. You're not even like in some cases, you're not even allowed to listen to music that has the word in it. Like Twitch, like they banned someone for a week because they had the song Gangsta Rap that has like the N-word, I'm 100% N-word. And basically, like the person who's singing it is black. The person, like, it's spoken in the context of being comedic. Didn't matter. The person who had it on their stream got banned for a week because of it.
Wow.
And here's the thing. I'm not advocating for the everyday use of the word. I think it's an ugly word. I think the word is like, the word doesn't need to be used in like the modern lexicon by just everybody. No. But in terms of like comedic context, in terms of like everything that's out there, there's just so many avenues for it to exist. I mean, rap music's its biggest purveyor of its existence, and who am I to tell them not to use it?
That's fair.
Who am I to tell them not to use it? Like, that's the ugly word and you should never use it. I guarantee you Dr. King would be upset that it's being used so much in rap music, but do you have to listen to everything Dr. King says? No. I mean, it's a weird thing to discuss in context. I remember back in school, there was a kid that I talked to. His name was, I'm not joking here, a black dude named Brad White. I'm not joking.
That's just unfortunate.
No, I know. A black dude named Brad White, one of the funniest dudes I've ever been around. And me and him were discussing the N-word in context. And I kept saying the N-word, and he's just like, just say it. I'm like, no. And he's like, trust me, man, just say it. And I'm like, are you recording me or something, dude? Because and he's just like, no, trust me, dude, just say it. And I'm like, okay. And I said it with the A, of course. And then he just goes, see, nothing happened. I'm like, oh, geez, I thought you were gonna have a bunch of people rush in here and start trying to beat my ass or some shit. And then he goes, nah, man, only N-words do that. Me and him were just I was on the floor.
Oh.
And he was so pleased with himself. He literally sat there at the table and everyone else was just dying laughing. And he was just sitting there just like, he knew the right way to use it in context. It was hilarious.
Damn.
I miss that dude. He actually moved out to Seattle. He was a funny dude.
Easy, I need a challenge. The nuns are so pissed off at Junior's constant attacks on them that they tell the head of the adoption agency, Mr. Peabody, played by Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, this film was getting too quiet and subtle. That he has to go.
He's evil! That's a wicked mind. Look what he did in art class. Skeletons,
Headless corpses,
monsters devouring human flesh.
Has he been reading the Bible again? Junior likes the idea of being kicked out and tries insulting Mr. Peabody to make it go faster.
What's so funny?
You are, you stupid dick.
Same rating as Frozen, folks.
Maybe. What the child is trying to say is that...
My God, which one's the child and which one's Gottfried? While being part of a pen pal program, Junior writes to the bowtie killer who confuses it for another killer named JR. I love how afraid even the guards are to be around this guy.
Yeet! Hold on. Okay, they're both right next to each other, so I have to use it. I have to use both
Found
of them.
This guy. I have to say, this follow-up to the Seinfeld finale is more violent than I thought it would be. Ben and Flo decide to adopt, and Peabody pushes Junior as the perfect child. I'll admit, I love the big selling point is that he wears a bow tie, not knowing it was inspired by a serial killer.
Hey, we must have gotten the pick of the litter. Look, everyone's come out to see him off.
And everyone celebrates. He's gone.
Just like when I left Catholic school.
No, Junior, make nice with Kitty.
He just got used to his cat sound effects that are in everything.
Yeah.
So what do you think, big guy?
Well, there sure are a lot of clowns.
And with this new miniseries coming out this year, you're sure to love him even more. They invite over his new grandpa, played by Jack Warden, and tell him there's a new bundle of joy in their lives.
You and Flo cooked up a cute little kid for my campaign. You know, I thought you were getting fatter, Mama.
And here I thought doing that Mel Brooks film put the kibosh on that.
Oh my God.
Oh.
We talked about it. Men in Tights. She did play Maid Marian.
Junior sets the room on fire and blames it on one of the toys malfunctioning. The grandfather doesn't trust him.
Accident, my ass. Get rid of him. It's the last time I set foot in this house.
Just yeets a cat at Grandpa.
Sorry, I get it. I get when people say they don't like this movie. It's completely understandable. But watch this on a loop. Tell me those aren't the games they play in heaven. Steve Hawking's laughing his ass off at this.
Get rid of that kid. Get rid of him.
Ben is convinced that both occurrences were accidents and stands by that Junior is still a good little boy.
I want to be a great dad, and you know what? I will never be too busy to sit down and listen to what's on my son's mind over a nice cup of hot cocoa.
John Ritter really is the perfect choice for this nice father being driven to insanity. For most of his career, Ritter was always seen as the nice guy, the goofball, just trying to do good. But as he got older, he tried out more edgy material, revealing he had a risque side that
was the last movie I ever saw him in, because he passed away right after that came out.
Mm-hmm.
And he died young. I think he was only like 57 when he passed away. Yeah. And he also had a big TV series that he was on. 8 Rule. I can't remember.
No, not 8 Simple Rules. Was it an NBC show?
I can't remember. I know it was him and Katie Sagal. Katie Sagal was his wife, and it was Kaylee Cuoco was on too. She played one of his daughters, who was in Big Bang Theory. She's in the Big Bang Theory. Gosh, dude, I can't remember the name of it.
I gotta look that up for a second.
But John Ritter, I always give the guy credit for just being himself and not being one of these people that's just he just has fun. He just has fun in his roles. Damn. I know it's going to bring up Three's Company.
Oh, you were right. 8 Simple Rules.
Oh, it is 8 Simple Rules. Hey, okay. There's still some marbles rolling around up there.
I got it confused with Grounded for Life.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Balanced out with his zany side, resulting in that uncle that told you old, but still inappropriate jokes you couldn't help but laugh at. This was in the middle of him trying to find that edge. So when you see him as the nice guy who lets everybody take advantage of him, you're waiting, and seemingly so is he for him to crack.
My dad was really proud.
Blow it out your ass.
Every second it looks like he's about to go berserk. I keep thinking he's gonna make that face Bilbo makes when he tries to steal the ring from Frodo.
We're never gonna get rid of you. You're here forever.
He takes Junior camping, which leads to some great animal cries from his slingshot.
It's no deal for campsite.
But he doesn't get along with the other kids, so he pisses on the fire. Can't all be winners.
Someone actually did that at Boy Scout camp. Like, we had this charcoal pit that our scoutmaster was cooking on, and after he was done cooking and everything, he was just like, got a chair, stood up on it, and he pissed on it, and the fumes from it filled up the entire area where our tents were. It smelled awful. I don't know if you all have ever smelled deep fried steaming piss, but
I don't make it a habit
to
go out and find it. So
I don't either. But yet I know what it smells like because I went through that. I hate it.
Wow, is that a weak fire? Is he the Dirk Diggler of hoses?
Oh.
I bet you've never been camping before.
Hey, a black bear.
Fun.
Junior lures a bear to the camp, but of course, Ben thinks it's just his friend in disguise.
This is great, bro. He's not so bad.
I'm kind of fascinated by how intriguingly disinterested this kid is.
Yeah, we could die, but doesn't mean I can't enjoy the mustard on my cheek.
Holy hell!
So that's supposed to not be the guy in the bear suit, right? They put together Junior was behind the scheme, and Ben tries to figure out how to punish him.
Children often misbehave just to get attention.
I also love the fact that he reads these books, these help books, and they get progressively more and more fucked up.
Yeah.
To where at the end of his rope, he's literally reading The Exorcist.
I was gonna say
That's one of the best running jokes in the film. Oh man. subtle, but
and
it's
we
good.
should resort to discipline only when other forms of positive reinforcement have failed.
Like if I tell myself this is objectively a good movie, maybe I'll finally see it as that.
Dickhead.
Leave me alone, I still like it!
Oh, God.
Not to mention the face he makes during the, like when he's reading The Exorcist.
Short films
Yeah,
by
just like-
pretentious bald man. The light bulb.
Oh.
Fiend. Symbolic goat. Fiend. Not everyone can be great at film, but you can. By going to Full Sail University. Working in the film industry is an exciting and rewarding experience. You know you want to be a part of it, but you do not know where to begin. You should check out Full Sail University, where you can learn all aspects of filmmaking in cinematography, either on campus or
My God,
online.
pretentious
A poorly
Frenchman.
edited running joke. I'm Fiend. Full Sail's Film Bachelor's Degree program immerses you in the world of filmmaking from every angle. You'll gain hands-on experience while learning what it's like to work on a large-scale production from start to finish, giving
got
you
one
a
at that
feel for
studio
the
that
role
we used
each
to go
crew
to.
member plays and allowing you to specialize in the ones where your strengths and
Look at that-
interests lay.
look at the track they
Drawing
got
of
there.
Invisible Man with Sharpie on black construction paper. Fiend. The digital cinematography online bachelor's degree program merges the artistic concepts of traditional filmmaking with the technical tools used in everything from
Chaplin.
documentary
Chaplin's a good
filmmaking to commercial production and web video, preparing you to be
Oh,
a jack
God.
of all
Steve,
trades
what-
in small crew productions.
We're also
One
streaming later
second
tonight, and I keep
later.
getting notifications from people sending me stuff
These
in,
degrees are up.
sending stuff in to be part of the stream. So I'm just like, oh boy.
But in an accelerated
I
format
can only
to
imagine
get you
what all
in
it's
the
going
field
to, what all
faster.
is going to be there.
Hands-on projects, industry experience, faculty,
dude, Van's
and
Warped
professional equipment and sets. You'll be
they don't do the
prepared
Warped
to
Tour
pursue your
anymore, do they?
passion.
No,
A title
they
guide
keep
with
talking
the
about
word
bringing it back,
fiend.
but-
Fiend.
Much like how they talked
Full
about
Sail
bringing back,
grads
like,
have gone
bringing
on
back,
to
like,
work on some pretty
what is it,
incredible films and
Woodstock.
TV shows like
hope
Game
they
of
don't.
Thrones, Avengers Endgame, Joker, and The Mandalorian, just to name a few. Man losing eyebrows with pencil. Fiend. If you want to find out more about these film programs and how to get started, visit fullsail.edu/nostalgiacritique. Again, that is fullsail.edu/nostalgiacritique. A poor French, possibly Jamaican accent advertising good
wondering.
advice. Go to fullsail.edu/nostalgiacritique to find out
Jamaica,
more
like-
today.
Jamaica and Haiti, Haiti predominantly. Haiti was a French colony, whereas Jamaica was a British one.
Like our
but
videos,
there were a lot of
subscribe
French
to be
speaking
notified about them.
Jamaicans.
Want to
I've
actually
met
be
some
notified about them?
French-speaking
Click on that
Haitians and
bell as
Jamaicans.
well. Also, don't forget to check us out on Twitch. Playing some games, telling some jokes, and overall having a good time. Hope to see you there. So the family goes to a birthday party that requires Halloween costumes. Don't act like that's not a thing. But Junior doesn't seem to fit in well.
He's a new boy, but he can't play with us. He's got cooties.
Now come on, they almost have a vaccine for that. Ben tries to make Junior feel better by giving him something special.
My grandfather gave this to me just before he died.
What is it?
It's a hardened prune. Grandfather became a little senile toward the end. He thought it resembled Roosevelt.
Alright, we may have found an heirloom more crazy than Walken's pocket watch.
One place he knew he could find something, his ass.
This has pretty much no impact on Junior as he sabotages the party,
Boink.
making everybody's life a living hell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's deleted. Flo demands that Ben gives Junior the discipline he deserves.
Here, be a man.
I'm gonna brush his hair so hard Barbie would be jealous. He finds he can't spank him, but does decide to take back his allowance.
The whole buck?
That's right, now. Just hand it over.
I wonder if he's got change for a 20.
Ah, the sound of the last parent dragging their kid out of the theater not knowing what they got themselves into. At a baseball game, Ben's father puts up a big sign, which surprisingly never plays into any pranks, because it looks like he's running for mayor, which also has a pretty weak payoff.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who wins or loses, just so long as Big Ben wins for mayor.
Oh, come on, man, you have no experience. You should clearly run for president. It looks like Junior is up to bat, and he takes the role a little too seriously. I have have a feeling they cut away from the violence so they could keep this film PG. Not that there aren't a million other things that should get it a higher rating. But ironically, the crowd's reaction and the shot of the players on the ground actually seems more graphic somehow.
We've adopted Satan.
Yes.
Oh, come on. You didn't show the best one, where he slides into home and he brings the bat up underneath and gets the catcher in the cup.
I knew this was a sequel.
Oh.
Junior finds out he's about to be taken back to the orphanage, but when Ben finds out he's been returned 30 times, he decides he doesn't want to be 31.
It's easy to give up on a kid.
Damn straight it is.
But problems don't just go, Flo. You know?
God bless how stupid this movie is. Mm-hmm. But Junior doesn't believe him and tries driving off with the car. Ben still gives him encouragement despite almost killing him.
Look at you handle this, baby. I'm so proud of you, son.
Oh God, the Born to Be Wild. Another one that's in so many damn movies.
Yeah.
Anytime it's like they rev up the Harley, get your motor running. It's like, oh my God, Born to Be Wild.
Oh, he got one of the mannequins too. Oh wait, that was supposed to be a
looking at you,
real
wild
person.
hogs.
Well, on the big screen, I'm sure it's harder to notice. After Ben pays for the damages, completely wiping him out, the film inevitably asks, how dark can we go? Oh, whose father hasn't tried that? Right? But it looks like the bowtie killer escapes prison, and I kinda love that this works. And he makes his way to meet up with Junior, who thinks he's a criminal. I mean, I don't know, a crime was about to be committed here.
I drove 1,000 miles to hang out with a 7-year-old.
I'm gonna be 8 in 2 weeks.
Junior says he's his uncle, which gets the parents excited that he might take Junior away. I just love that Ben all this time is holding on to the pillow, as if he's still waiting for the right moment to kill this brat.
I ain't been with a woman in 15 years.
How dark will this go again?
Did you say 15 years?
Oh, okay, not that dark.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The next morning, Ben finds the bowtie killer kidnap Flo and Junior, and in keeping to the absolute rottenness of this movie, he's pleased as hell.
Goodbye, Junior. I am so sad to see you go. $100,000?
Made a kid's cartoon out of this, you say? Mm-hmm. He discovers, though, that Junior drew a nice picture and held on to the prune.
Huh.
Aw, maybe he wasn't worth suffocating. The killer stuffs Flo into a suitcase. Oh, he didn't kill her. She's still alive, so that totally makes sense. And he tells Ben to meet him at the circus.
I've never been to the circus before.
Yeah, well, I hate circuses. Nothing worse than a bunch of clowns trying to make you laugh.
That was literally the sum up on Rotten Tomatoes. Ben comes to save him, but Junior kicks his own way out of his clutches.
Come on, let's have some kicks.
Good idea.
I'm actually shocked the film was mature enough not to put a sound effect over that crotch shot. It actually feels a little weird without one. Dare I say, not right. I'm sorry, but I gotta put one in to balance out the universe. Don't worry, I'll make it especially hard and crunchy. Sorry, there's no such thing as a quiet kick to the balls. Junior runs away with the money and stumbles into the middle of the show.
I'll get you now!
However, did this guy get recaptured? He's so good at keeping a low profile.
Hey, they never said he was smart.
No.
He very randomly decides to run away. I guess he didn't want the money. And it was worth it for this. To hell with you, Hobbs! But Ben and Junior chase him down.
Faster, son, faster!
Go get him, Dad!
I almost killed my son with a pillow. You think shooting Stanley Spadowski is gonna cost me any sleep? They stop the car. Flo goes flying into another vehicle. The killer is arrested, but again, how dark are we willing to go? My only regret is stay tuned.
I'm sorry for all those bad things I did. If you come back, I promise I'll never do anything naughty again.
Starting to see why there weren't many emotional moments in this.
Yeah.
Daddy, come back. I love you.
Here's a pig farting on Flo.
With gigantic set of balls right in the face.
It's not much better, but it feels more familiar. Now, of course, the prune is what stopped the bullet. Movies! And I have to give Ritter credit for how seriously he said this.
I'll be all right, officer. He got me in the prune. Okay.
There should be a BAFTA award for that line delivery alone.
Yes. Posthumously. My brain, dang it. Posthumously. Sorry. Posthumously. Yes. Basically, just like put that on Ritter's tombstone. Just be like, you did good, John.
Now, you're not gonna hold me to all that stupid junk I said about being nice, are you?
We need a sequel, don't we? The film ends literally teasing na-na-na-na-na to us. Which is honestly the most appropriate note this film could go out on. And that was Problem Child. It's not the worst film these writers have worked on.
Oh my god.
This movie is one of the most immature things you could watch. It's crude, raunchy, dumb, and like I said, feels like a nasty little boy wrote it. But it's such an unfiltered and raw way that nasty little boy wrote it, I can't help but be drawn in by it. It's like someone gave that little toady from A Christmas Story millions of dollars to do whatever he wants.
Grover Dill, that was his name.
I can't act like that's great filmmaking, but it is fascinating to witness. I hate admitting that, as this is such a ridiculous, attention-hungry film, but I remember when I was a ridiculous, attention-hungry kid. And I feel like this captured the energy, imagination, meanness, and sure, childish stupidity of that age.
Yeah.
It's bad in the same way a rotten kid plays a prank at a school play. You don't encourage it, but you are secretly giggling covering your mouth. Look, I can't defend this as something that's very redeemable. I don't even know if I'd recommend it to that many people. But what I can say is, if you remember yourself at your brattiest, when you were being punished, when whatever you thought of, no matter how stupid, was the funniest thing in the world to you, this movie captures that. And I'm sorry, I can't help but feel that's something to sort of admire. It's loud, obnoxious, and does a ton of things that make no sense, but so did you when you were little. And if you're curious to revisit that in the most rotten of ways, God help me, this might just be the film for you to check out. I'm a nostalgia critic, I remember it, so you don't have to.
Dickhead.
All right. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Problem Child by the Nostalgia Critic, and all I can say is... Sorry. So, yeah, when I was a kid, my parents were a little iffy on me watching this because of the language.
Yep, same.
I mean, you got a little kid calling someone a dick, being like being malicious with it. And here's the thing, because this was before PG-13 was a thing.
Yep.
That PG rating is very deceptive. Let's not forget Airplane, which literally had tits on randomly just tit, like a woman, the topless woman, just boom, 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 boom,
yep.
Just on and off camera, just like that. And it was like the stuff they got away with in PG. I was like PG-13, they're allowed one F word, just the one.
Yeah. I've never understood that.
And then there's Titanic, which has like...
They pushed the boundaries of PG-13 at the time.
I wonder how much James Cameron had to give up. He had to be like, this is art. It's art. And meanwhile, it's just like all the prepubescent boys who were just like...
Awakened?
I like girls now. And also, there were also probably girls that watch and be like, I like girls.
Yeah.
Huh. Who'd have thunk it?
I mean, they're on display. Like, here's what I will say. A few years ago, I got to see them in 3D.
Oh, yeah! How were they? Tremendous? Ah. Yeah. Oh, my God. Sheesh. Keep in mind, when that movie came out, I think I was like 9.
Oh, yeah, I was 7.
I was 9 when it came out.
Like...
And I remember when that scene happened, yeah, I just remember my mom was just like, and I was just like, just, and then she's like, stop it, and then I was like, oh.
So here's the kicker, and I know we have to wrap up here in a minute, but the first time I watched that, I was 97 or 8. It was like the year after it came out, so 97, 98. I watched it with my classmate who happened to be a girl because her mom bought it for her on VHS.
Oh.
Keep in mind, nothing like, nothing like that. But I was just like, in hindsight, like, what a weird fucking movie to watch as an 8-year-old with a friend that was a girl. It was never anything more than just a friend. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Well, oh God. There was a girl that I was friends with when I was a kid. My mom and her mom were like pretty good friends, and we would go over and I would hang out with them. She was into like dolls and stuff like that, and me, I was just I didn't care about dolls. But there were movies, and I remembered there was a movie that they got, and I don't think they realized what it was. Watership Down.
Nope.
Bunch of cute little bunnies.
Nope.
Never mind the fact that they get freaking mauled by dogs, by other rabbits, and just, oh my God. Some of that shit's, and that was traumatizing for me as a kid. Because I was like 5 or 6, and me and her both were horrified. And we both went running out of the room, and then my mom went in there and saw what it was, what was going on. And my mom just like took it out and was just like, oh, y'all want to watch something else? And I was just like, I just wanted to be alone.
I don't blame you.
I didn't want to see anything.
I still don't want to rewatch that movie.
Who does?
I mean, it's a beautiful story. Sometimes I don't know.
But
yeah. Nope.
That's all that needs to be said.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that was Problem Child by the Nostalgia Critic. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. And till next time, everybody. I'm Nate.
I'm JT.
Be good people. Take care. Peace.